What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? We in these streets.
This man, it's gonna fuck up your tape.
No, it doesn't.
Does it?
It doesn't.
No.
Trust me.
No.
It doesn't. I just did that because it's wet. So
Yeah, no.
other than that, it doesn't leave a ring or it doesn't stay in the wood or anything.
It's a
This
good
is, yeah, it's a good. Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. So we're finally doing this one, man.
Definitely.
We had to clear a lot of red tape
It's been a long time coming.
to get this thing going, but you have been cleared.
Yeah,
You received clearance.
Definitely.
You have been briefed as well
Yes.
by the necessary authorities.
Definitely.
So I'm glad. I'm excited to do this. I wanted to have a man of the law, or woman of the law, or person of the law
Person.
in over here because I wanted to ask a lot of questions. I'm very interested in what you guys do out there in these streets. And just a disclaimer, guys. There's certain things that you can and can't say.
Yes.
I don't know what they are.
Yes.
We haven't had the discussion to ask what's okay and what's not. If there's something that he's not comfortable or is something that he is not allowed to disclose over here in public, he will just let me know. He can't speak about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's, as you can see, he's an active duty police officer. He doesn't obviously want to get fired, and obviously doesn't want beef among his peers. As you guys need to have each other's backs out there in these streets.
Yes.
That we take all that into account when we having this conversation. So yeah. Also keep in mind, as much as I respect what you guys do, I'm not always a fan of what you guys do.
Yes. It's
So
the law, my friend.
So I'm gonna push back.
It's house rules. No one likes house rules.
Understandable.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna push back here and there.
Feel free.
Okay. So we have the go.
The country is allowing you to.
We have the green light.
Yes.
I feel.
Push back and do whatever you feel like doing. I'm here.
I really feel privileged to conduct this or to having this conversation because of the red tape we had to go through.
Yes.
Because I thought this was not gonna happen. I thought
it's always it's a thin line between everything. I can just come here on my own and then be called out because there are people that are in charge of the communications.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever that there is to talk about, whether the media or whatsoever. Yeah, we are not allowed to, but this was a friendly request.
Friendly request. I come in peace.
It's a friendly request.
Yeah.
So they gave me this opportunity to come in and represent the city.
Sure. It's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, bro.
It is. I have to teach. I have to give out some information as well.
Okay.
Good information.
Oh, is it?
It's 2023. We've been through a lot. You can only build from here.
We can.
Yeah. Now I want to change your mind as well after today. Not to be against the law.
I'm not against the law.
You're not a fan, you say.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Shit can get crazy in the streets.
Sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes mean when you're in a good position, but when you're in a bad position, probably you're like, where's the police
I
now?
still don't know. Like, okay, we'll come to that.
Okay.
We'll come to that.
Okay,
I don't want to just start off by giving my bad experiences of using the police services, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that. So, I wanted to ask you something based on what you just said now, but we'll come to that. Okay. So, why did you decide to become or be in the police service? Like, what drove you to that decision? of becoming a police officer? What is your current ranking right now?
Oh, it's a constable.
Constable. Okay,
so that means you haven't moved up any. Yeah, but that's based on personal choices.
Okay.
Do you get me? But yeah, but there are opportunities where one can move up and then climb the ranks. But it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah. Okay. So what what drove you to that? I mean, you could have been a fireman, a doctor, a lawyer, a whatever. But what made you? Because I mean, for me, most of us are programmed to run away from danger.
Definitely.
Like if you hear shots fired, you think of the movie Arnold, get down, get down again. Where's the chopper? You know.
It happens.
But so we run away, we get down, we try to avoid danger. But you guys are trained to run towards danger. Yeah. So what made you?
Yeah, at first, circumstances, sometimes how you grow up and are different. Sometimes, like I wanted to be a lawyer, but the circumstances again, they didn't allow. But as you grow up, you change your minds now and then, right? Then I started sports management, but I dropped out again due to circumstances. And then I worked at MTN for a while. It was a nice place to be. I've never seen myself wearing uniform, being a policeman.
Oh, yes.
I've not even the slightest idea of me like being in this position. But as time progressed, you know, you grow, you see things, you see opportunities, and you mix with people of that kind, like policemen, policewomen, and whatsoever, and you learn few things, and then you find interest. So that's how it happened. And a good friend of mine applied for me without even me knowing.
Really?
Yes.
You applied on your behalf?
On my behalf, I was like, what? Me? No.
What?
But again, I wasn't.
Did you show this friend like interest to say I want to?
No, she knew that I was unemployed.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, I was unemployed. Oh. No, she's a bit old, but we were good friends.
Okay,
we were good friends. Yeah, so she
did. Maybe it's your girlfriend.
No. That was a long time ago.
Get your shit together. I'm throwing your CV. You know.
So long story short, I was called in and then I did the assessment. I passed. You know, everyone wants to hear how much you're gonna get. I was like, the money is good.
Oh,
the money is good.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Wait, but when you say you passed your assessment, was it a written exam?
Yeah, firstly you just need to run and do those physical assessment. They wanna see if you're able-bodied, you know, like no injuries, no whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, so forth and so on. Long story short, is the first day at the training academy, we were doing the drills, you know, about 10, all those things that you see in the movies, you know. It was interesting, very interesting, because I used to see it in the movies as well. I was like, this is not me.
Oh, wow.
But I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but as time progressed, you develop love. You actually have to love what you do, irrespective of what you do. If it's bringing food on the table, you have to love it and you have to respect it at the same time. Because at the end of the day, it shelters you. Shelter, food on the table, kids go to school. Probably you have a car, that's a bonus. Do you get me? But yeah, and then as time progressed, I started loving the job itself. It's a self-taught job, and because you actually a public servant, you just have to stand there and listen and help where you can. If you can't, you escalate the assistant. You ask the people above. Okay, look, let's say let's say you're dealing with a mentally ill person. People are complaining. Obviously, that person is disturbed mentally. So you take her to the relevant people, the relevant assistants, and so forth and so on. Okay. So you see, the job isn't for violence only.
Only, yes.
Yeah, you like a Superman or Spider-Man. What do you call it? A friendly. What do they call it?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
Anyway, it became, I actually grew to love the job itself. It taught a person respect. And running towards danger, you have to be tactical when you run towards danger. You just don't run into danger because people are shooting. There are manners, there are ways of which you have to practice, run towards. It's always safe, by the way. I'm trying to say that you just don't run to the danger. You are taught how to approach the danger.
When you say safe, what do you mean? It's always safe, you said.
Because there are ways to approach the danger.
Okay, so,
so that makes it safe.
Tactically or strategically.
Yeah, definitely.
Then it's safe.
Yes.
But there's still bullets flying at you.
Yeah, but the tactics that you are using keeps you safe. Hence, once in a while, check it. A person in uniform don't just sometimes just die because he was shot at altercation. Sometimes it is a good setup. Sometimes, sometimes an ambush because you are slackish, and then you blame yourself for that. Like for instance, if you're in a car playing with your phone, or you're watching your phone too much. People, they pass, they greet, they ask for time, and you tell them. Now you see them for the past second time, ask for time. Now the third time, you already know the face. Now you're relaxed. That very same person is gonna take you out. That's on you.
Sure.
You can't blame anybody else but yourself.
You weren't observant.
Yeah, do you get me?
Yeah.
So those kind of people, it's them that sometimes shame they face such incidents, but it's for everything else. You get taught to do things, to approach problems, challenges.
Okay.
So it makes it safe. I can say.
So the assessment, right? Is it the 1 day process to say that you passed the assessment, or how long is the?
Do they put
you in like a camp? Or
yes. But the assessment I was talking about at first is just that
just
for
the
you
initial
to enter,
process.
like just for you to get in.
Okay, so after that process, right? Yeah. What's the next step?
Yeah, they take you to college.
Okay.
And teach you theory, of course.
How long is that process?
It varies. It depends. Some it's 6 months. Some it varies from department to department.
Okay, so for you,
yeah.
How long was it for you?
It took us 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah,
okay.
Just for the theory part of things, and most of the time it's the on job training. You as day goes by, you get to see this is that, and then now and then they take you back. Now and then they take you back.
Do you learn how to diffuse or de-escalate situations? Or
yes,
what is the training?
Yes, check you do. But look, as the law enforcement umbrella, we vary. There's SAPS, there's traffic, there's metro, there's law enforcement, of course. SAPS, they have their own job, like they have their own part on this thing. So on other cases, they are the first responders. So we just add numbers to assist them. Okay. So whatever they do, we just fall in there.
Okay.
They become the first line, which means it's whatever they do, we just fall in and do whatever.
So who are you with?
Law enforcement.
Law enforcement. Okay,
yes.
So you an entirely separate entity.
No, it's not separate. I won't put it that way.
Or different departments.
Yeah, law enforcement does a bit of everything.
Oh, yes.
Whether they say, what do you call it, a all-rounder.
So you can assist SAPS and give somebody a ticket.
Yeah, you can assist SAPS, you can assist traffic, you can assist metro, and then you have your own ball game. But that's how it works. So whoever that you are assisting at that time, you just fall in there.
Okay.
Whoever you are assisting,
so you're like an all-rounder, basically.
It's like all-rounder.
All-rounder. Okay.
Yeah, but it is tough sometimes. It's tough sometimes because we face like serious situations where like it's like hectic, like for instance a strike, or people are just too violent, and the community members just coming, or they want whatever they want, how they want it, and they go to the streets. Of course, now you have to protect those that are not part of it, so it becomes difficult sometimes.
What is the most common issue you deal with on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, it's public violence.
Public violence.
Public violence.
Explain.
Most of the time, we escort housing officials. There's land grabs. I'm sure you have witnessed that or seen it. The land grabs around Cape Town, where people just go there and erect shacks and then stay and erect shacks. Okay. Some of the places they are not supposed to be even erecting shacks. So the housing officials will go there and remove them, or not forcefully at times, but sometimes it's just that they want to erect it. Then the housing official will go there and keep the land safe. But the people will forcefully evict the housing officials themselves. So we have to step in and stay there up until the situation has come. So sometimes it's head to head. They're just coming with everything. Stones, really? Whatever, you name them.
So in that situation, let's say you're facing, let's say, violence in that situation, and they are resisting. How would you de-escalate that?
Yeah, look, our job is, at the same time, is to keep everyone safe, including those that are doing whatever they are doing. Our job is to keep them safe. We can only defend just to stop the attack from taking place. It's actually defending. We're not attacking. Do you get me, if it makes sense? So up until to a point where they feel it's time for them to stop, we can only defend. We don't attack.
Okay, so
we only defend them.
You basically want to keep the peace.
We keep the peace. That's what we do.
Okay, so in your situation, there's no one's in the right, no one's in the wrong. Everyone just needs to stand down and resolve things in a non-violent manner.
Because most of the time they hurt each other. Like, because one wants to be in the front and wants to throw over the other one and they hit each other. So we still call the ambulance for those that are injured and then keep them safe. Bring them to our side and take them.
Don't you like, let's say the ones who are violent, let's say the ones who are in the wrong because they're not supposed to, let's say they're land grabbing.
Yes.
And they're not supposed to be doing that, right?
Yes, definitely.
And the housing officials are trying to not let this happen.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
So aren't you on their side to say, you guys can't do this, please stand down?
Yes, that's what we do. We keep them out of the land that they are occupying.
Okay, I got it.
Keep them at a distance.
Okay.
But obviously they will resist, and we do arrest some of them because land grab is like a criminal act. Do you get me? So we do arrest some of them, and some of them that are throwing things to the vehicles, and sometimes they move to the N1 or move to whatever national road because they know it's gonna disrupt. So we do arrest those for public violence and lock them up. That's what we do. But we at times, not all the time, we utilize rubber bullets.
Rubber bullets.
Yes, just to disperse the crowd.
Okay.
Just to disperse the crowd, and then obviously when they're dispersing, the crowd becomes lesser. Then we have more control over the situation.
Before you use rubber bullets, do you use like tear gas and those tactics
first? Yes,
or?
The rubber bullets is actually a last resort. It's a last resort. You do talk to them. You do give them time to disperse. You give them more time to disperse. You give them more time to disperse. And then you start acting.
How much time do you give them to disperse?
As much time as you can give them. Because at the end of the day, they must see that you're not here to fight with them. Because we public servants. They're public members.
You say we are public servant, right?
Yes.
Does every officer feel like that? Or does some officers, some officers have this power trip and they're like, yo, you better obey us or else.
Yeah, look, if you are in uniform, you have to be professional. You have to follow the rules by the book because you answer for yourself at the end of the day. Because if someone is hurt, you do answer either way.
Okay. However, there is this brotherhood amongst you guys. So even if one fucks up, you're gonna have their back, because if you snitch on them, everyone's gonna look at you as the snitch.
Definitely.
And then there's gonna be beef, and then no one's gonna have your back. So it's obviously, I'm sure, because like you guys go through a tremendous amount of stress, and not only on the job, but bringing stuff from home, and it impacts you. So I'm sure there's gonna be times where they're gonna pull this ego tripping and power trip. I am the law. You better do this or else, and immediately start firing rubber bullets, or no, not even firing bullets, but to physical violence, just hand-to-hand combat type of thing, or try to restrain them in an unmannerly way or an unlawful way. So.
Yeah, it's always good to have a good team because we work in groups. We don't just get there, all of us, and then we just there. We work in groups. It's always good to have people with a good understanding with. Do you get me? Because at the end of the day, whatever you do wrong, You have to answer for it. So I don't want to be answering for you things that you know you're not supposed to be doing it. So don't do it. So if you do it, you own your own, obviously. But now if you have a good team, you talk about such things. And if I see you're out of pocket, obviously I'm going to, like stand down. No, I don't, the people doesn't have to see me telling you to stand down. I can just call you one side. I must let you know, stand down. It's not the time yet. Do you get me? Okay. Because at the end of the day, as I said, our job is to protect everyone. We even protect you. If you protect the criminal. If a criminal gets hurt during whatever, the first thing you must do is to call the ambulance because you need to save his life first. The life is important.
Okay, so 2 things. Have you experienced something like that where someone acts out of pocket and it goes down and then you all cover for them?
Yes, but it didn't like go out of hand. It's at times where you have to like really hold the person to stand down. Luckily for me, I always go, everything I do by the book because I don't want, the minute I ask myself, if this happened, what am I going to say? If I don't have answer for that, I don't do it. I leave it alone. Because everything that you do, you have to answer for it. Even if you are right.
Yes.
Even if you are right. Let's say someone is attacking you using a weapon. Let's say armed person, for instance. Let's make it extreme. And pulls out his firearm and aims at you. But I act quick. And then I shoot to stop the attack, let's say, from happening. And then obviously maybe the person loses his life. I still have to answer for that. Even though I was right, you still have to answer. You still have to take the story step by step, up until you reach the conclusion of it. You see, right or wrong, you still have to answer. Okay. So imagine now you have to answer for something that's wrong. You know you're in the wrong, and then it's not supposed to be done. Don't do it.
Okay, so you said you also have to protect the criminal, right?
Yes, we protect everyone.
Okay, so let's say, for example, right, because this happens a lot. I see a lot of viral videos on the interwebs out there in the streets that someone breaks into someone's house.
Yes.
The neighbor catches this guy.
Yes.
And they beat the shit out of him.
I jump in.
You jump in to stop this?
To stop them from attacking the person.
Now that's good.
Yes.
However, let's say, for example, the attack is done. This guy's got the shit beat out of him already. They finally phoned you guys to come and get this bruh. So what do you guys do in that situation?
Where someone is already beaten up. And
this guy committed this act of criminal. And
again.
They beat him up. They call you guys. This guy's already fucked up. What are you guys doing in that situation?
As I said, you see, as I said that we different entities. We're in the same umbrella. So SABS falls in there immediately because it's already happened. But if it's happening in my presence, I can fall in there as well. I jump in and I stop them if I have power. If I'm not meant out. Again, so now that one needs an investigation now because it happened already and there's no one there. Or there's no one. If I see that they are beating that guy in my presence, whoever that I see beats, that's my offender. That's the one that I'm arresting.
So you arrest that guy?
Yeah, that's the one I'm arresting.
That guy and the criminal.
I see. The criminal is going to be a hearsay because he's going to say he stole it. I don't fall in there. Someone needs to prove it that he stole something or he raped if that's the case because most of the cases are like that. But I see this one offending this guy. I'm taking this guy that's beating this guy.
Okay.
So that's my guy.
Okay, got you.
I'm arresting.
And after the fact, let's say they standing around this guy's already fucked up after they beat him. They just standing there, they're waiting for you guys to come collect this, bruh. Do you see,
okay, that needs an investigation.
Okay, so you can't make a decision on that.
Yeah, I can't.
And they say a little kid runs and says, all of them did this, I've got video evidence.
Yeah, the video will actually get whoever that's...
So you'll watch the video on the spot and say, okay, fine, it's you and you and you.
No, that needs an investigation.
Okay, so
it just doesn't happen right away.
Okay, so
now SEPS falls in there.
Okay,
so it gets reported to the police station. They send out a detective. The detective
comes in and
he
does analyzes the evidence. And then he makes a decision to arrest appropriately.
Yes.
But you have to find these guys.
It takes time
because they might live in I don't know 10 roads away or some shit from the actual crime.
Yeah, no, it takes time. And the minute it has to do with an investigation, you must know it's going to be a while. Because before this docket, there's many other dockets there. Yeah, so it takes time, obviously. Yeah, there's nothing we can do in terms of making everything correct, but we're trying, baby steps.
So you walked in here and you had on a bulletproof vest, and
definitely.
On the bulletproof vest you had your
tactical vest. Yes.
Okay, it's called tactical vest.
Yes, tactical vest.
Tactical vest.
I put all my stuff.
Okay, you had like this mace can. You had, you had a gun.
Yes.
What was it? A Glock or what was it?
It's Glock 19.
It's the Glock
19.
19.
Yeah,
okay, standard issue. Okay.
Yes.
And what else did you have? You had something else as well.
Pepper spray, a torch.
Wait, do you have pepper spray and mace?
Yeah, pepper spray. Yes.
And mace?
Yes.
What is the difference though?
It's just there. It's the equipment that you need to utilize when you need to. It's one of the forces, because at first those things you don't just use them.
No, true. But what's the difference between mace and pepper spray? Because you've got both.
I have pepper spray only.
Oh, so it's not mace?
Yeah, no,
okay.
Spray.
And you got a torch, okay. Obviously that's a weapon as well.
That's one of those torches.
Yeah, that isn't a standard issue torch that you can, just a plastic one that you get at the 5 Rand store. What else is there? Also you had your walkie-talkie as well.
Yes.
You had, what else was there? Yeah, something else.
It's a pocket knife, but
that's what I saw. That's what I saw. How big is the knife?
Just big enough.
Is it?
Yeah, just big enough. Not to assault anyone with it, but it's just
is it more for protection? Or?
It's just there. Look, the knife is not for other things. It's just when something happens, or let's say now I'm involved in a car accident, I just cut my belt loose.
Okay, got you.
That's pretty much that.
Okay, so the bullets that you normally carry, right? Is it live ammunition or is it rubber bullets? It's like standard for everyone.
Which ones?
Like the bullets, like currently now, the bullets in that gun, as in the other room. Like what is that live ammunition or is that rubber?
It's Glock is a firearm, is a firearm that carries live rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, Glock is a firearm that carries live rounds.
Okay, so what?
But they're not to be. You don't utilize them for anything else besides protecting your life and the third party's life. Only to stop the attack from happening.
Okay.
But it's not for good public people that are.
Okay. When do you use, or when do they? You said use rubber bullets, right? First, that's like your first thing.
Oh yeah, the shotgun for the public violence.
Oh, okay.
So
in that situation,
public violence.
Then they'll issue shotguns.
Shotguns.
And then you go with rubber bullets.
The rubber bullets.
Okay.
Just to disperse crowd.
Okay, this is what I wanted to ask that I forgot actually when we were speaking about public violence earlier. If you shoot somebody with a rubber bullet, right?
Yes.
Okay, what does that do? What type of injuries does that?
No, you don't shoot at them. You shoot towards them. You shoot on the ground. It has to recoil from somewhere because you need to decelerate the speed. It must not hurt. The rubber bullets is just to disperse crowd. People must just go.
Okay.
They must just run. Yes.
But obviously, in a perfect world, yes, that happens. You shoot and it deflects off the ground.
Yes, deflection, yes.
However, this is not a perfect world.
Yes.
It's going to be some direct impact.
No, it must never be direct impact.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
The likelihood of that happening is there. We cannot deny that, right?
That
it's going to hit someone directly.
It must never hit someone.
Okay, directly. I understand that. But the likelihood of it happening is there. We have to agree on that.
Yes, let's say someone else maybe, but from where I'm standing, from where we are standing, the rubber rounds, he has to deflect. That's the first thing you do. Okay. So it must never be otherwise.
Okay. Let's say it directly hits me.
Yes.
Because now, remember,
yes, you'll have
you might aim downwards, right? But while you are aiming, you might
at
not
a certain distance
you might not even be watching that the crowd is moving towards that part where you're firing, and it might it hits somebody directly who ran into that round.
So you want to find out about the type of injuries.
Yes, like what?
Yes, it can make serious injuries. Yes. Like, if you watched news some years ago, somebody died from it because they shot him on his chest from a close range. Yeah, so he passed on. It's a serious. It's a rubber round, they say, but those balls in there are like a serious balls.
Wait, so when they say a rubber round,
isn't like rubber like eraser as you would think. It's a hard ball that's in there. So that's why you have to shoot someone. Is
it rubber balls or?
It's not rubber. It's sort of a tumble. I can't like. It's like hard. It's very hard.
Is it like pellets or?
It's designed like pellet, but again, it's like hard plastic. I don't know what you call it. Yes, but that's why you have to shoot from a certain distance, and then you have to do what I said. You have to practice. You have to shoot down so that it recoils, and then. But basically, it's not to hit anyone. It's just to disperse for people. Yeah, the crowd must just disperse. Yes.
Okay, because I literally thought it was a rubber, like rubber, like made from rubber tires or.
No, I don't know. Someone can get like really serious injuries. You know what I mean? But it's always practice to just for crowd disperse, shoot them from a distance. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever been shot?
Shot at, yes.
Shot at,
yes.
But never, nobody has hit you.
Look, as I said, I had a shotgun with me. We had this altercation with them public members. They were like coming at us.
Okay, can you just paint the scenario, like what happened that day?
Yeah, we escorted the housing officials, as I said earlier, that we normally escort them to places. So there was this place called Danum. It's as you pass.
Is it Durbanville side?
No.
Where is it?
As you proceed to Parklands.
Oh yes, okay. I've seen it just off the is the highway or something.
Yeah, the highway N7.
Yeah. Yes.
So there was like a big crowd. So but we managed to disperse the crowd. So they vanished sort of. So this guy shot us, me and my partner, from a cover, from a shed cover, like 3 rounds, 3 shots at us. So one passed in between us and one hit the shotgun that I had because I had a sling on, so it was here. So it hit on the shotgun, bah! And he broke the forend. It could have hit me.
Shit.
Yeah, but God was there that day. It was.
God did?
Yeah. Yes,
whoa, that's crazy.
It is. I've realized that after a couple of good hours that I would have been somewhere like right now in the hospital, somebody trying to save my life probably.
Have you lost colleagues on the job?
We've lost colleagues. A couple of years ago, 2 colleagues of ours were shot. They were actually ambushed. They placed on the other side. They were sitting in the vehicle and then they were doing their jobs, of course, you know what I mean. But now it's hard sometimes to differentiate between public members and criminals because criminals are public members, It's just that they disguise themselves. So they shot our colleagues there, like 2 of them, and they passed on.
Sure.
It was like hectic. That was the saddest thing ever.
How do you feel like knowing this is your job and you see or hear of your colleagues passing? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel scared to go out in the streets again?
No, you can never be scared.
No, but obviously it plays with your mind, that could be me. I could be.
Me, I'm never scared. I mean, I know I'm going to die at some point.
Whoa.
Someday.
Okay.
At this job or personal or natural death or whatsoever, but I'm going to go.
So you're going with the mindset you're prepared to die?
Yes, I don't mind dying. I lived long.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
now I'm old. I mean, I've seen it all.
wait, who says that I've lived?
For me, death is not that scary.
Wait. How can you say I've lived long? So
No,
I don't
used
mind
to think
dying.
I would die when I was like 20.
Wait, what? Say it again.
I used to think I would pass on when I was 20.
Why? And what type of environment were you in that you felt that?
No, at that time, there was a lot going on in my head. And I've seen people dying, and then I started conditioning my mind, like right there and then. Hence, I'm saying, I'm not terrified.
Okay. Did you have trauma?
No,
that
I've
impacted
never.
you in some way?
No, I've never. It's just that
20 years
in
old?
other cases, most cases, I condition my head.
No. Okay, wait. Rewind now. We're going back to 20 years old.
Yeah, 20.
What made you think?
No, I've seen people dying. I've
Really?
seen people die. Dying based on, let's say, accidents, some natural causes, some being shot at, some being stabbed. So I just knew then, like, my day is also gonna come at some stage.
So, but now, okay, how old are you now?
I'm 39.
Okay, so at 39, 19 years later, you feel now that if like you've already passed your expectation, and now you're like, fuck it, if I die.
It's just that maybe it came out like it confuses, but it's just that I'm not scared of death. That's what I'm trying to say, because my mind is like conditioned.
Okay.
And death, if death comes, and then, I won't be the first one, I won't be the last.
Okay, so it's not like you're going out expecting to die, but you're comfortable with the thought of death.
Yeah, I'm not expecting. Okay. I'll still defend myself. I'll still defend someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still perform my duty.
But
I wouldn't say I'm not going because I'm scared.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's me. If they say, let's go, this is the assignment now, let's go, I'm there. Forefront, middle, back, wherever I'm comfortable, you just say, let's go. That's all I'm
I just wanted to make sure your headspace.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good, but there are things we're not supposed to be scared of, especially things that are going to happen, like it or not. You get me? Because we are gonna go at the end of the day.
No, true. Our days are literally numbered. Like, you know what I mean? When you're born, the only thing that's guaranteed is death.
Like, look, during Corona, everyone was expecting to pass on, like to die. No, I mean, people were like, when you start coughing, you're like, shit. That's it.
Okay, that's a whole other topic, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying
that's a whole other topic. But I get a lot of people were scared because the media also painted this picture that this is this deadly thing
I've lost good friends, my brother. Like, there's a guy that I used to gym with. Shit, man.
Really?
Yeah, I still up to date. I can just gets into my head now and then. But yeah, as I said, death isn't that scary. But it's just that it's painful when you lose someone that you are close to at times.
I was gonna get to that. Okay, I just want to rewind quickly. The death of your friend, right? From this.
Yeah, the corona. Yes.
Yes. So does that play more on your mind than a colleague of yours dying in the field?
Yeah. Look, as colleagues. As a person in uniform, when you put in a uniform, obviously you signed up for anything that happens to you. No one can be blamed for it. Do you understand? It's just that when you're in uniform, you need to be cautious more than anything else. You stay alert. People come to a person they see they can take a chance with. So if you presenting yourself like that, are you gonna go? Because sometimes people they study you from walking alone. You get me? So they study you. They know, okay, we're standing a chance here.
No, okay, I get that. But I'm just trying to figure out your headspace with regards to death. Like, the one thing doesn't affect you like the other thing. You know what I mean?
No, look, as far as us being colleagues and all that, we are all expecting, like, these type of outcomes at the end of the day. So when the colleague passes on, obviously you get that, rewind everything, especially if you are close to the person or you knew the person. So everything is just you role playing and trying to think and hear what he did or what happened, and you correct from that mistake. That's also a learning curve for you.
But then your friend.
So a friend of yours, it's a person that's like close. It's a person that
you guys very close.
Yeah, like we used to talk a lot and advise each other, and So now that person is not there. You see, that's for your personal space. Do you get?
But okay. Is it the fact that he was close to you that plays more on your mind?
Yeah, definitely.
So it wasn't the actual virus that made you...
Yeah, no. You could have passed on from anything.
Okay.
No, it's just that the virus was like fast forwarding everything.
Okay. No, I just thought you're more scared of the virus than
No. I wasn't even scared of the virus itself.
Okay, but
not that I undermined it. I still followed the rules.
Protocols.
I had my mask on. I washed my hands. I had my gloves on.
What was it like working during those times?
It was tough, my brother. It was tough because people were traumatized. At first, people were traumatized. People were scared. So you needed to approach people with cautious, and then you needed to make them feel safe. You needed to give them hope. The first thing wasn't about why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Where is this? First, you have like a normal conversation so that a person, can relax and not see you as one of the problems, because people are traumatized. Bear in mind, people couldn't go to certain places. A person is so used to go shopping at N1, and now a person must shop here around the corner. So that person was already frustrated by that alone. So you don't need to get there and harm the person. You go there, be friendly. It took a lot from us, though.
A lot more patience.
Because at the end of the day, we were scared to take the virus home as well.
That's the thing.
Because we have families in our head.
So you... Obviously, there were times where you had to use physical force, and weren't you afraid of getting into contact and then, like you said, taking the virus home with you?
Yeah, look,
you also have a family.
We were given equipment for that, gloves. We were given a lot of sanitizer. You would spray yourself everywhere. We were given.
But come on,
check it. The scary part was taking the virus home, but there were like procedures as well, like where after the job you have to do A, B, C, and D so that you protect your family as well. So for you to keep your family safe, you just needed to practice that. I can tell you, like, I didn't lose anyone during the coronavirus, meaning that I did my A, B, C, and D's correctly. Okay. So whoever that did his A, B, C's, and C's correctly, the family is safe. Yeah, unless you just didn't mind about anything. And
you guys were obviously hesitant at first to get into close contact.
Yeah, look, we tried to protect the people as well. Do you understand? So we didn't need a lot of contact. You just use your voice, verbal judo. Instruct the person from where the person is standing. You understand? So that you protect him, you protect yourself at the same time.
Speaking of judo, do you guys learn a martial art as well?
No, we don't need to. No,
you don't need to.
Not martial arts. Bear in mind that needs a certain skill, but there are some skills that you get taught just to to get by. Bear in mind, your job isn't to hurt anyone. Your job is to make sure that the suspect or the offender is still intact, is still safe. Even if you bring him in front of the court of law, the person is still intact. So if you are yourself, you are stronger than me, I must just call for backup whilst you're standing there. If you're running, I must chase you. If you're driving away, I can drive up behind you and follow you up until when you stop. But I must have backup then so that we can apprehend you. So you don't really need to break anyone's neck.
No, I'm not saying.
No, but I'm saying martial art is something else.
Like a movie or something.
Martial art is something else.
No, look, it can be used to de-escalate the situation. Like if I know grappling or jiu-jitsu, my chances of de-escalating the situation is higher than somebody who doesn't know shit and only has the pepper spray, the gun. So before it gets to all of that,
yes.
Just to grapple the person, hold them down.
No, you get trained. You get trained the basics on in terms of protecting yourself and de-escalating the situation and apprehend the suspect. Yeah, you do get those trainings, obviously. You know.
Okay. So, going back to getting shot, or have you ever shot someone?
Yeah, that I can't talk about.
You can't talk about that?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's too far into deep.
I had to ask. Like, people don't understand. Like, this podcast is not scripted. Like, even you ask me for questions. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna ask you.
Obviously, it was gonna be a bit of a bore if you script, because now there's limitations. So we're just gonna skip what we.
Like, nothing is written down.
Yeah. No,
like, I don't have a pen and paper. I don't know what I'm gonna ask you until you sit here and I'm talking with you.
Yeah.
So,
but this is like.
No, I understand completely. Like maybe if you were retired, then maybe you could have divulged. I don't know if you signed an oath of secrecy until you die. Or...
No, yes. Bear in mind, the employer now will be my employer until forever. Do you get me?
Okay, gotcha.
So there's when I'm done getting my bread, I wouldn't like go out there
and speak on these streets.
Yeah.
But what about like? Can't you like write a book about your experience, about the life in the police force?
Obviously, the book, right? And then if the book, you write a book, obviously, whoever that wrote a book before, you'll have to go and research in terms of writing a book. Can I say this? Can I say that on the book? Because you need to be protected at the end of the day. You don't want to write about people and they come and they sue you.
No, okay, fair enough. Yes. So you would have to get clearance, basically.
Yes,
you basically have to submit the draft to your police officials. Kind of the same thing we done for this interview. Get clearance for the book, and then let the book
definitely.
Come out.
I think you can go those routes and ask, because I also didn't know, but I thought I just come here and then I just talk and then I just be called out like, what is that? Who said you can do this? Because there are people that are responsible for communications. You get me? Yeah. So people that you ask questions to, they give answers. They obviously they know what to answer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we can't talk about that. All right. Yeah. So I want to ask you. Okay. So you obviously see some crazy shit every day on the streets. Okay. Definitely. So I'm answering again. I don't know if you can answer this. Okay, so you see dead bodies.
Yes, I've seen a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, more than I can imagine.
Really? Yes, so on an average day, what do you see like?
But it varies from period of time. Like it's periodic, obviously.
Okay, let's say
certain. Yeah, like festive season, like when people are drinking a lot and when people are having fun. People have fun to a point where they're out of control. So obviously some of them involve with car accidents, some of them fight, so those situations.
And like the bodies, the state of the body is like...
Yeah, it's horrible. There was a time where I'm not sure if this is good to talk about though. There was a time when 3 kids, they burned with the shack, and the fire brigaders were going there, but they needed protection as well, because sometimes the fire brigaders gets there late, and the community members, they will like attack the fire people
because they came late.
Fuck. They think they came late. So when they attack the people, we have to go in with them. So we experienced that one got me, because they were like kids. I think they were under 10. Shit. They were trapped in the shack. Yeah, so they burned down. So imagine that, and I thought of my kids were like, this is sad. This is very sad. But as a police official, you need to control your emotions as well. You need to help. You need to be strong for these people that are in a situation. Shit. In those cases.
So you experience. So this is happening. The kids are burnt alive in the shack, right? Yes. The fire brigade comes, it's chaotic because now the community members are blaming the fire brigade because it didn't show up in time. You guys are there on the scene. You have to sort of protect everyone, essentially.
Everyone, yes. Everyone.
Now, how do you deal with the fact that this just happened? These kids have just died in a very horrific way.
Yes.
You're thinking about your own kids, your family. these emotions are running through your mind, and now you still have to do your job.
Yes.
Like how what goes through your mind?
It is tough, but it's just that if you know your job, bear in mind the job, you have A, B, C, you have D, you have E. Just follow the steps, irrespective of how you feel. But if you follow your proper, your normal, your day-to-day steps, it makes it easy. So because your emotions doesn't like stop you from performing your duties, and what is good about everything, you must also have people skills. You must you see, who listens. If I'm talking to you not listening, I must leave. I must talk to the person that listens, so that this one that listens can gain the trust of the others, can talk to the others and calm them down, and you just show them why you are there, the reason you are there. You're not there to fight. We are all in this together. We already lost kids, so that means in this case, let's work together. Let's make the family strong, because bear in mind, everyone that's there, it's friends, it's neighbors, it's just people that are passing by that wants to see what's happening. But now there's the actual family that lost. Do you get me? So if you just teach people, you talk to people, you show them how to act on that specific time, and then you win them over, because you're not gonna always go there like and you want to apprehend, you want to arrest someone that's talking too much. You want, because the situation can escalate and be something else.
Okay, I wanted to ask you something, President, but I want to ask something else. The main reason I asked you all of that to get to this point over here, but hold on, let me just make a note of that. Okay. What is the most horrific scene that you came across with regards to death at the scene, at the crime scene?
The worst one. This guy was riding a motorcycle, but when we got there, it already happened. So this guy lost his whole leg.
Shit.
His leg was gone. So now he passed on. Obviously, his motorbike was in pieces. So I had to stand there and watch the leg, so that the cars don't drive over the leg.
Shit.
So I stood there for a good hour.
Whoa.
Probably good hour or hour 30 minutes. I'm standing there trying to redirect traffic so that they don't drive over the guy's leg.
Shit.
That was the worst one.
So, and you had to stand and basically look at the leg and the body the whole time.
Yes, I have to look at
Fuck.
the leg. The leg is there.
You don't have a blanket to throw over the body?
No, at the time I couldn't even move because it's the busy road.
Oh shit.
The only thing I could do was that redirect up until I got an assistance from the other people.
So who comes in that situation to help you?
No, you have a radio. You see the walkie-talkie.
I get that, but like, is it the?
For first people, you call it is an ambulance, because they need to declare the person if the person is still alive.
Okay, so the ambulance
first they must first arrive, so that, and then from the ambulance they they escalate, call the other 11 people, so forth and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one was the worst. I can't forget it.
Really?
It's still in my mind at times. When I see someone riding past with a motorbike, boo! I'm like, yes.
It just brings back memories.
Yes, please don't go that fast.
Now this is what I wanted to speak. Like, do you? Okay, so you think about that sometimes when you see a bike comes. Okay. So, do you feel like you have PTSD seeing all these deaths, and do you feel like it keeps you up at night? Do you feel like it plays on your mind, it's stressful, like you have these images flashing?
Yeah, look, at some stage you need to learn to differentiate your life from your work. Your work is work. But this is what we have to do.
Okay.
As time progresses, as time passes by, you self-taught, you have to teach yourself. There's no other thing that you can do, because I've been here for quite some time. So that means I have to teach myself other things, because your emotions, you control your emotions, right?
Yeah,
it's all in the mind most of the time.
I
have a very strong mindset.
I get that. But it's still trauma you deal with every fucking day. So it's not like it happened once and then it's over, you can put it away. It's every fucking day.
Yeah, but look, if a situation does not affect you directly, sometimes you are able to teach yourself to just move yourself away from. First, I'm gonna make an example. The doctors, they see dead people every day. They don't mind. They are used to that. They're just gonna tell you, "Oh, yeah, sorry, he didn't make it," and they go home and they sleep at night, and they go home. They go to birthday party. They go to have a braai just after declaring someone has passed on. So I think, as a person, you have to teach yourself these things because they are happening anyway.
Do you?
But to add there, we are said we do have the counseling after whatever. I just book myself in, and then the city will take you to see someone, and until you are okay to work again. You just keep on seeing that person. Yes. If the people they see progress, like you are recovering from the trauma, and then
they clear you.
Yeah, they clear you, and then they send you back. Yeah, that's what happens. I think that's helping. A lot of people. Yes, of course.
All right, so that process goes down, you get cleared, you go back on duty. What did I want to ask you? How does that, interactions on the job, how does that impact your life at home with your family, your kids? Do you find sometimes you might react irrational
or whatever? Look, as a person that's a family, other bad things, other situations makes you appreciate your family even more, makes you want to protect them even more, because those situations are like horrible. So that means at some stage you need to go home. Home is where you run away from all the stresses. When you go home, you just leave the job behind and be at home. Because at the end of the day, the job that you do is for you to feed the family.
That's true.
That's why you're there in the first place. So you can't go home and then take it out on them. I mean, why are you going to job? Why are you going to the work anyway?
But have you heard of circumstances?
Yeah, some people. I think people. Some of us got like weak mindsets. I won't lie, mine is very strong. I can even tolerate pain because if I just condition my head, I can stand pain, any kind of pain. I can stand. This other time, I almost broke my leg. We had this altercation with the public members, and they were like coming at us. And I got a brick on my shin. I wasn't expecting it.
A brick?
Yeah, on my shin. Yeah, it hit hard, but but I stood the pain because you just need to condition your head. But your head, you the overall control of your head. Right?
Don't you feel like it was adrenaline that made you feel no pain in that situation? Because you already
adrenaline. You can control it. It can do two things. It makes you brave or makes you scared. So you choose which one is which.
No, but irrespective, that hormone when it's released.
No, after some time, I went to the hospital. The wound was still bad, but it was just there. Like the pain is there at the back of my mind. Do you get me? So you condition your head most of the time.
In that situation, let's say you get injured on the job, right? Do you have to go through a process to get cleared, to get medically cleared before you
go to the hospital, of course. The doctor books you for how many days. I say you be at home for this amount of days, and then you go back, the doctor checks, and the doctor see, okay, you still can't perform your duties, you go back, and then you come back, and then you start doing light duties for a while, and then they take you back to go and refresh. Let's say maybe you are carrying a firearm, and then you go shoot again, you go run a bit, just to get back into it. And then they see you are fit, and then you are back here.
Okay, speaking of fitness, is there a level?
You're not gonna say about oversized and overweight.
You brought up fit, so that just became me a question. Like, do you guys have a criteria? You have to be this weight for this body type, or you have to be in shape. Is there a criteria?
Yes, there is, because you need to chase. Bear in mind, you need to chase. You need to defend. Sometimes you stand for many hours standing. You understand? So obviously that needs fitness. But again, as a person that's working, you have to make that your personal goal. Because at the end of the day, if you are heavy alone. But I used to be skinny as well.
So,
but over time, I think the age as well.
Isn't there a certain inspection that is done and says, my man, like, what's going on? I think you need to hit the gym. You're losing yourself. Isn't there like a I don't know, like a quarterly check or something like that?
There is, bro. Like in my case, back then we used to run every 3 months, and then you have to pass.
So every 3 months you have a physical test.
Yeah, we used to.
And what happened to that?
I think now time is, time is past, and the law enforcement umbrella itself is like growing, become too many people, too many things to deal with. Do you get me?
So wait,
but I think
being in shape is a very important part of the job.
It is. But I think there are still programs. But now again, bear in mind that you can't just be fired because you're overweight.
No, I'm not saying you must be fired. You must be put on like
I mean, hence people are like slacking. People are like, the food, check it, you spend most of the time on the road, so you eat like messed up food. Like,
okay, but aren't there people who are in shape?
There are people that are in shape. There are people that are in shape. Bear in mind, people's metabolism doesn't like react the same. Some of the people are on training, they are on the programs, but they're not losing weight. Do you get me? Because they put you on a program, but now they can't control what you eat at home. You get me?
But okay, let's say they put you on this program. Let's say today I was told by, I don't know, fitness expert, whatever his name is, at the department.
Yes.
How long do they give you to get to a goal weight or to make progress to say, okay, now you lost 5 kilos this month or this?
Yeah.
How do they follow up or
no?
What's
like,
the situation
check,
there?
Bear in mind, we're not sports people. It's not.
But it's a physical job.
No, it's going somewhere. Bear in mind, you still have to perform your duties every day. You still need to, let's say you're good at something. Mm-hmm. Let's say you drive a special vehicle. Let's say you drive a special vehicle. So let's say you need to be there at a certain time. So you have to be there at a certain time. You have to go to the training at a certain time. Sometimes the situation keeps you there longer. Let's say now you get an hour or two to go to the gym, but now you go home late, you eat. If it was possible to control what people eat, because the gym is okay, but what you eat is not okay. What you eat puts you off, obviously. What you eat makes you gain weight.
But that's a discipline thing, right?
Yeah, but you can't be. That's not what I'm trying to say. You don't get paid because you are in a good shape. You get paid because you are able to do your job. Maybe.
But remember, when you started the job, you had to go through a physical assessment.
Yes, definitely.
Now that was part of the job.
Yes.
You passed that so that you can get the job. Yes. So now that you have the job, you can't say, fuck that, now I don't need to be in shape anymore. There was a reason they put you through that. Am I right?
Definitely. But now my point here is that if you are still able to run and catch the suspect, you're still doing your job.
Man.
I mean, if you can still do it, because at the end of the day, you don't need to run faster than anyone. You just need to catch the person.
What if you're chasing me?
Yes.
You chasing me. You find, this bra's got too much cardio, too much stamina. I'm just going to shoot this bra.
No, you can't just, what do you mean shoot? You don't shoot a person because the person is running. You never shoot anyone for whatever reason. The only time it goes that far, it's when you are being attacked and the person is coming with the same force, and then now you approach with the same force. That's all. If my life is in danger, someone else's life is in danger, that's the only time you are able to stop that from happening. But you just shoot a person because he's running away.
I'm just making an example.
It can never go that far. But we work in partners. They are partners. You must just know how to work your way around it.
I just find it weird that, like, a job that you need to be in shape for, I see a lot of officers that are not in shape, and it's not just a physical thing, because if your body's in shape, most likely your mind's in shape as well, and just the practice of discipline, is it affects everything in your life.
Yeah, definitely. Check it as a police official, as a person in uniform, as a person that gets to a position where you need to chase people, okay, you need to stand at the place for too long. You understand. You really need to be in shape. It is a must. It's one of the things that if maybe it was like set there as a rule that after a certain weight you like really need to focus. Yeah, we do need to be in shape. We really do need to be in shape. But there's nothing no one can do about it, because you can go, they can give you time. They can allot time, okay, from 1 to 2 go to the gym, or 1 to 3 go to the gym. But now you go home and still eat your KFCs, you eat your fish and chips, and but there's nothing the employers that they can do about it.
I just think there should be a protocol in place that if you still don't adhere to the rules of the job that require you to have a job, because it's not just a job where, like you say, tactical. It's a physical job as well.
My thing is, I think if they will just make small sizes in uniform, you know what I mean?
It will force me.
So you never size. Yeah, I think that's the only way. Yeah.
When was the last time somebody came and gave you a physical test?
I'm coming from one. You see, I didn't see me at the gym this week. Yeah, I was for 4 days. I was there. But I was there like it was happening.
Is it?
Yeah, it was happening.
So that was the training you were going under?
Yes. It's very physical.
Okay.
It's very physical. And it's a good training. But again, I think what we eat messes the whole thing up.
Did you pass the test?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely. Just ask you.
I'm very smart.
You're very smart.
As far as passing the test, no, that's my thing.
Okay.
Because but you don't get tested on what you don't know. They give you theory. They give you practicals, and then you must just practice.
Okay, no, wait. So the test I'm referring to, the physical test.
Yeah, like the physical I passed.
Going through this and this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what type of things do you do in the physical test?
Yeah, it just check it. As I said, it's how to apprehend, suspect. You must run. Obviously, you must be fit. You run, apprehend. You do role plays. Do you get me? So yeah.
So there's not like doing pull-ups or
you do everything. You do everything. You have to do it in time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, again, you have to put your mind into it.
Okay.
And then if you want to do it, so I passed mine. Fortunately.
Well done.
No, I'm that guy.
Well done. How long do you see you doing this job for?
I don't know, my brother. I want to. I can't spend most of my life here. So I can't really tell. It can be any day, man. I think if another opportunity comes, but obviously you choose the better. If that comes, but for now the job is still good to me. I won't lie. My thing is with me. I follow rules. I do what I must do.
Okay, like would you prefer another job that's not in the line of danger?
Check it. When you take a job, you check how much that's gonna make a difference in your life. In your family's life.
Monetary now.
In terms of finance, yes.
Okay, yes. I get that.
But as far as that is concerned, I'm still very happy with what I do and how much I get if you can put it that way.
But I'm thinking more of
growth,
the danger you face.
For me, this is not even danger. As I said, I mean, I can separate the job and myself. We're two different people.
Okay. But like we spoke about earlier, the fact that you lost some colleagues, right? So wouldn't you, how does your wife feel knowing you're going to go out in these streets and there's a possibility you might not come home?
Take care. If we have someone, you have to teach them. You have to let them know the type of person you are, and then they become comfortable. As I said, I don't really worry about death
No, that's not about you.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm talking about her.
No, because
how does she
because
feel?
I don't worry about it, so she's not supposed to be worried about it. Because I do my ABC.
No, wait.
I don't know how she. But check it. It's just
that.
Check it. Look. My point goes to the fact that even if I wasn't wearing uniform, if I was gonna die, I was gonna die. Bear in mind, there's so many people that are dying that are not wearing uniform. Being it robbery, armed robbery, being it like personal fights, being it natural causes. As I said, we all gonna die. So she knows it's not about the job itself. Look, I've been here for like long now. I'm still.
How long have you been doing the job for?
I think 13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
So hasn't she ever, in that 13 years, expressed like, I'm so worried about you out there? And...
No, she does worry. I won't lie. She does worry now and then. But it's my job to make it comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because I know what I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I know how to keep myself safe.
So you're comfortable with explaining to her more about
yes. Because she needs to know, like, look, when A is happening, I'm here.
Yes.
When B is happening, I'm here. When this, even if you're watching a movie, you just tell this one was supposed to be there. Now she knows. Okay, he knows his thing.
Watching a movie.
Yeah, you just teach her in between.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And your kids? Are they, how old are they?
My kids are 10.
10. Okay. So are they at the age that they more aware now?
They want to do what father is doing, but I say no. Yes, I'm taking you to school for a reason.
Okay, so wait. So why don't you want your kids to do what you're doing?
Because they can do better. Do you get me? They can do better. Obviously, you want your kids to be greater. If I was a musician, let me say.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it right though, but I would want my kids to be producers or to own the record company.
Okay, no, bruh.
No, I'm saying, check it. You want them to be better. Let's say if I was a nurse, for instance, I would want them to be doctors. Do you get me?
Okay.
So
okay,
I would want them to be...
analogy used with the music did not translate well.
That's your department.
So, yeah, I was like, that's your department. What are you talking about?
No.
But the nurse and doctor thing I get.
Yeah.
That I get.
Because you're a musician.
I get. I was like, hold on.
This guy, you're throwing weight. You're throwing weight.
I was like, bro, stay in your lane, bro.
That's why I came back.
I was like, wait.
I'm losing it there.
No. Okay,
but I would want them to
that.
be great.
I get.
Yes,
so it's not the fact that it's dangerous that you don't want them to do it.
No.
So it's just that you want them to.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
To do better, yes. Because obviously, they could have the same mindset as mine, and they will be able to do the job.
Okay.
But I just want them to do something else.
Okay.
Better than what I do, because I'm hustling for them.
Yeah.
Putting my life on the line.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Hectic.
Yeah, but it's not a bad job, I won't lie, because you must just be respectful. You must just know what you're doing, first of all.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, speaking of respectful, this is what I wanted to ask you, but I forgot, but now you brought that back for me.
Yes.
Thank you. So, if I'm like disrespectful to you, let's say I don't know, something's going down in these streets and you show up and it's between me and somebody else, you come, what if I swear at you? Can you arrest me for that?
No, that's nothing, my brother.
Oh, so
but
you can't?
Like, if the situation is like hectic and you swearing at me, I don't even have to pay attention to that.
Okay, but...
You're just wasting your time.
No, I'm not... Okay, I just want to know, like, my rights in that situation. Like, are you allowed to arrest me if I swear at you? If I'm disrespectful to you and I say, fuck you.
For vulgar language?
Yeah.
I can detain you for that. Definitely.
But you can't charge me with...
I can detain you for a good couple of hours.
Okay, but you can't charge me and like...
No, that not necessarily doesn't have to go that far, but I can detain you just for a good couple of hours, yes. But you don't have to pay attention to someone that's swearing at you, because that person is throwing you off. Bear in mind, when you're at a place, you have a reason why you're there. You have a main objective. I'm here to arrest this one because this one is offending this one or attacking this one. Now you're standing there swearing at me. Now I'm redirecting my focus. Gonna lose it. A person that's swearing is wasting her time, because people now they've trained themselves to undermine the law. Do you know what I mean?
No, I got
you.
you.
So you don't have to lose focus. You have to stay focused.
Okay.
A person that's sweating is doing nothing.
If I get arrested, right, I want to know, like, I watch a lot of movies. So they read the rights. Like, that's obviously in America now.
Yes,
read the rights. I've never seen this African movie where they read your rights, like right to remain silent.
The reading the rights is a standard procedure, and you have to be told why you're being arrested, the reason for being arrested.
Okay, if you arrest me right now, like, what are my rights like?
You have a right to remain silent.
Okay.
Yes.
The next one.
Anything you say will be used against you in the court of law.
Okay, so that's standard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it pretty much is just that. I have to tell you the reason why I'm arresting you.
Okay.
Do you understand? And I have to touch you on your shoulder.
You have to touch.
Especially if you are not violent, if you're not resisting the arrest. I just place my hand on your shoulder. I tell you, so and so you're being arrested for this and that. You have a right to remain silent, so forth and so on.
If you don't touch me,
that's the protocol. No, I'm actually.
So let's say coming to arrest me, right? And I move the whole time away.
No, I have to come up until your space.
No, but what I'm saying is, what if you're not able to land your hand on my shoulder?
I have to come up until your space.
Yes, but what I'm saying, is, if I avoid you the whole time.
No, that you are resisting the arrest then.
Oh, is it?
Then
okay.
I use the.
I got you.
Yes,
okay, that's an additional charge then.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Resisting, yeah.
Okay, I thought there was like a loophole.
No, you are resisting the arrest.
Okay.
But the minute you are a suspect, anyway.
Okay. Do I get a phone call? Is there any rule that says I have to have a phone call?
At the police station, to let them know, yes, that you are being arrested.
Okay, so I have a right to a phone call?
Yes, they will, you're given a phone call to tell your family that you are arrested.
Let's say I phone and they don't pick up. Do I get another phone call?
Probably another time, yes.
Okay. Because now
someone must know where you are.
That's true.
Yeah, someone must know where you are. Bear in mind, the law isn't meant to break people.
Okay,
but it makes you realize only that you have done wrong. Okay. So you need to correct it. That's why it's called correctional services. You know what I mean? When you go now to jail, actually. Okay. Because you have to correct your actions at the end of the day. You don't go there and get slaughtered, right? Not by the law.
Well,
Not that
I don't know. I've heard stories.
Stories are just stories. You know what I mean? It's a hearsay. Yeah. So that doesn't hold any weight.
I don't think so.
What you? It's a hearsay. Look, the law is just there as a guidelines. Imagine if there was no law at all. Imagine someone pulls in your yard and then just start packing in the clothes and then start staying. Because there's no law. I mean, there's nothing. Law is good, but just that people don't wanna recognize the law for whatever reason that there is. I teach my kids how to respect the law. If I'm not at work, you will never see me misbehaving. Never. If the policeman says to me, stop, I stop. If the policeman stops me, I answer respectfully. I'm not going to say, I know what you're doing. Hey, look at me. No. Because you want to leave. The more you're being arrogant about things, I'm so and so, I'm coming from this family, I'm a judge, I'm this, I'm a businessman. You're wasting your time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Here is it. If they're asking for license, check the car. Off you go. Less than 5 minutes. But now you want to throw your weight because maybe you're like paying like 150,000 per month, and you're like, these guys are getting 20 cents. They're like paying like 2,000 rands. That's your money. It's not our money. We're not gonna do anything with it. Just respect for that 5 minutes and go home. You want to go home. You want to go somewhere, wherever you're going. So people most of the time they will throw their weight and waste their own time. Bear in mind, the people that are there, let's say it's a VCP, the people that are there for the whole day. Maybe it started at 2 o'clock, 1,400 hours up until maybe, let's say the VCP is like 4 hours. And then you just got there. Those people can keep you there up until they decide to let you go, you wasted your time. You can even be arrested for this.
Okay. Are you guys allowed to randomly ask me for ID?
Look, if you're driving a car...
No, I'm walking.
Look, unless there are suspicions and if you're walking, obviously, for people to stop you, they must be suspecting something. Do you get
What
me?
if it's racial profiling?
Come again?
What if it's racial profiling? Like, do you guys have a certain quota to reach? No, hold on. Do you guys have a certain quota to reach per day? You have to do X amount of stuff. You have to give this ticket. You have to make a certain amount of arrests. Do you have like this quota?
Yes, the stats is always there, my brother.
Really? So you have a quota?
Yeah, you have to bring this and you have to bring that. Bear in mind,
what if there's no crime? Do you just arrest people?
That means it's a good day. So there's no
harm. So you won't just arrest somebody just to meet your quota?
No. Bear in mind, people have a freedom of movement. So for you to stop someone, you must be like, there must be maybe someone gave you a tip of like, look, that guy that's walking there, you know, he did this and that. You go there. But
that's also hearsay.
Come again?
That's also hearsay.
No, check it. As a public servant, you keep other people safe from other people, obviously. So if you tell me that, look, that guy is carrying a gun and whatsoever. So even so, you're not gonna go there and then start harassing the person. Look, you go there, greet the person, introduce yourself. Obviously, you are two people. One is minding this person's action. Meanwhile, you are interviewing the person. You ask nicely, sir, can we go around this wall? If you don't mind, I want to search you.
So you can random search people?
It varies from time to time and place. It depends on the task of the day. If it's a stop and search for the day, it's a stop and search for the day. So obviously, you're not like two people. We're like a whole lot.
If I'm in a vehicle and you pull me over, can you search my car?
Definitely, if the task of that day. Bear in mind, there are people that are leading. Let's say, for instance, SEPS is leading that operation. Whatever SEPS is, because SEPS is the overall umbrella of everything. So if SEPS is busy with the crime prevention, checking illegal firearms, that's about it.
But don't you need like a warrant to search a vehicle?
If it's permitted for that operation, stop and search.
No, but like specific, like my car, like you have a...
If they come here for your car, like the car is
No, like I'm driving randomly. No, bro, I'm driving randomly. You pull me over for, I don't know, for just randomly because I look too cool.
If you are not at your house,
I look too cool, and then you pull me over, and then like, yo, this guy looks too cool, and let me search your car. Can you just randomly search me out?
If I suspect, like I have like maybe 90% sure.
But yes. How do you know that? I'm just randomly
That's why it barely happens. It barely happens unless one is suspicious to a point where he's almost 100% sure that he is gonna get what he's looking for in your car.
Okay, let's say.
Other than that, you just free to go.
You pull me over because I look because suspicion looking too cool. You ask me my license. I give you my license. You check my license disc, which you guys normally do, and then you say, okay, everything checks out. May I search your vehicle? Can I say no?
You can say no.
And then one of the police officers will be like,
you can say, check. Look, if one is almost 100% sure that there is something, because at the end of the day, when I search your car, I must find something, especially if I search it under those circumstances. Do you get me? But if it's an operation where a stop and search is conducted, you must know when there's operation of that kind, there's paperwork involved. Do you get me? It doesn't just happen overnight. It gets approved by people from up there, up until on the ground. So if there's a VCP, they're checking everything and they stop and searching vehicles, you fall in there. You open up your bags, check if there's no drugs, bring sniffer dog. You just have to fall in. But randomly, no, most likely not.
So I can say no, and then they'll have to send me on my way, or
when,
like randomly,
like let's say now
you're
driving
looking too cool.
Yeah, no, you can't say no.
And they let me go, or will they detain
and
me?
As I said, unless they are suspecting that there is something, almost 100% sure that when they search, they'll find something.
So they have a right to detain me then if I say no?
No, you can go. You mean if you're driving now to the shopping center?
Randomly, because I'm looking too cool, you pull me over.
No,
and I say, no, you can't search my vehicle.
No, they will probably never ask for that.
This guy's ego tripping because I look too cool.
Yeah, you can say
I'm
no.
Flexing,
you can say no, and you can drive, definitely.
So they can't detain me?
No, you can go. Definitely can go. But it won't happen, my brother, unless, as I said, there's something, they're suspecting.
Okay.
Like almost 100% sure that if I look into your boot, I'm going to find something.
Okay.
Yeah, bear in mind, most of the times there are tip-offs. Most of the time people know you, they know who you are. Obviously, they won't just stop you because you look too cool. It doesn't happen like that.
Bro, there's haters out here in the streets. There's haters out here.
No, no such thing. Bear in mind, the law is for everyone.
Okay.
We work around the rights of the community members. Do you get me? So whatever happens, it's something that I'm able to answer for. Do you understand? So whatever I do is something that when I take you to court, I must be able to say, this guy did A, B, C, and D. If I stop you for whatever reason, I must be able to answer afterwards. But the law isn't there to harass people, obviously. We have guidelines, I'll put it that way. Yes, we work around things that we can work around with.
Let's say you pull me over, or there's an interaction where you guys are involved, right? Am I allowed to record the interaction? The interaction. Let's say you guys arrive, there's something going down, and I want to protect myself, so I want to record the interaction.
Yeah, look, bro. Like,
am I allowed to record the interaction?
Yeah, yes. From a distance, though. Like, you must not interfere with what is happening.
No. Like, I'm directly involved. So you step to me, I feel like this is not going well, or I feel like my rights are being violated, and I want to record it for my safety, so I have some proof to show.
Yeah, yes.
This guy assaulted me.
That's why most of the time there were body cams.
No, but fuck that. I want my own.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you have a right, because I'm saying that's why even policemen
so if you have body cam, okay, that means
so that whatever that's going on between the two of us or other people, there is evidence, because most of the time people just record from where it escalates. They don't record from where it started.
Yes.
Do you get me?
Okay. So, so I get pulled over, I'm looking too cool. Can I get before...
But your car mustn't be moving. Though,
no.
If you're driving.
No.
Unless you're driving.
Like, I'm pulled over.
Yes.
Because I'm too cool. I'm stationary. I'm on the yellow lane. You're about to come.
Your handbrake is pulled up.
Everything. I'm legit. Seatbelt is still on. Is off. Car is off.
When you're sitting behind the car, when you're sitting behind the steering wheel, you're still a driver.
No, hold on a second. I'm pulled over. I'm in the yellow lane. My car switched off.
You're behind the steering wheel.
My car switched off.
I'm saying, if you're sitting behind the steering wheel, you are a driver.
But my car is switched off.
You're still a driver.
So you're saying...
Get out of the vehicle and then make the recording. You're still a driver.
Hold on a second.
You're still a driver if you're sitting behind the steering wheel.
Even if my car is off. So you're telling me if I'm parked in a parking lot, I can't text...
Parking lot, that's a parking lot.
Okay, but I'm in the yellow lane.
That's a road.
Okay, but...
Especially that yellow lane is an emergency lane.
Okay, but you pull me over, that's why I'm there.
Yes, I'm talking to a driver of the vehicle.
Okay, so you're saying that I can't use my phone because I'm in the...
You're still
behind.
a driver, yes.
That's fucked up. That makes no sense, even if the car's off.
You're still a driver.
I'm not operating the vehicle. The car is off.
My brother, if you're sitting in a car on the road and they ask for a driver's license, you're sitting behind. You can't say I'm not a driver, but you're sitting behind. You can still be issued the fine for being there in that car on the road, even if it's off.
That's fucked up.
Because you're still a driver.
Okay, so I put the camera, I put it on my dash.
Yes, now you feel free.
Won't you feel threatened if I... No, hold on a second. if you pull me over,
yes,
I'm looking too cool. I switch in my car.
Let's tackle the looking too cool thing first. Let me understand it. How do you look?
Just wait. Just wait. This officer just can't stand the fact that this guy's looking too cool. I don't know what it's about. He's having a bad.
I need to understand the too cool first.
He's having a bad fucking day, and he's like, nah, this homie out here having a good time. He's looking too cool. The hair, the wind is blowing in his hair. You know, he's got his shades on. He's probably going to a party or on a hot date, and I have to work, and now I'm gonna pull.
That doesn't happen in real life.
I'm making a fucking scenario, dude.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Anyway, I'm pulled over.
Yeah.
I'm in a yellow lane. Before you come to me, and I get out of my car before you arrive at my door, doesn't that make you uncomfortable that I got out of my car?
No.
So you guys won't see it as I'm hostile because I left my car and I'm standing now waiting for you to come.
No.
Won't you feel more comfortable that I'm behind the wheel and sitting?
Because you're sitting there. A police official wants to see your driver's license, want to check your disc if it's up to date.
No, I get that.
Now, I just want to run you through the things that why you are being pulled over, even if you look too cool. Do you understand? So those are the type of offenses that you can do. Your driver's license, do you have it? Your disc, your car disc, is it up to date? Your number plate is attached. Back one is attached as well. Do the number plate correspond with the disc? Are you not intoxicated? You're not drunk? You did not drink whatsoever? So those are the things. He's gonna come there and ask for those things. You even if you look too cool, you're still safe. I mean, unless he's doing something else.
I
and
get
then
that.
You start.
I get that. I'm just saying the action of leaving
Like
I
wouldn't mind you recording me asking you for
okay, no, that's fine. I'm done with that now.
Yes.
But the action of getting out of your vehicle as you're walking
towards the
vehicle, to the driver's side, to ask me all of those things that you mentioned now. Don't you feel like it's a bit hostile? Like I actually got out of my car.
If you are being stopped, right, for whatever reason, and then you want to get out, I instruct you to stay in the vehicle. That's a lawful instruction. I'm telling you, sir, stay in your vehicle.
So what was that talk about? Get out of your car rather than film it?
No, you're talking about another agenda, like you filming. You want to be a film guy. You want to. Now, what I'm saying is that if you're sitting behind you, driver's seat, you behind the steering wheel, you are still a driver. You're still responsible for the vehicle. You're still a driver, meaning that wait on the officer to address you. After the person has addressed you, and then you can do whatever.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the car is stationary.
So you, in other words, you will feel more comfortable with that person staying in the vehicle before you arrive.
When I'm approaching.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Stay in the vehicle.
I don't know how you.
No, but
come on.
We added the phone in there, right? Like you film.
Okay,
because the phone
check
checker. If you do your job correctly, a person can film you and do whatever. You will never feel uncomfortable if you're performing your duties accordingly. Yes. I don't mind when people are filming me while I'm doing my duties.
Okay.
You're gonna just show the boss that this guy is working.
Okay. I got
put
you.
it on YouTube, put it wherever, put it on Facebook. Show my boss that I'm working.
Yeah. Okay, now I got you.
You must just do the right thing.
I just need to understand.
Because that's then you need it.
Yeah.
No one will blame you for making it.
I just wanted to make sure that I don't want to get out of the car now and then I fuck up because Mr. Constable over here said
stay in the vehicle.
Exactly.
I instruct you to stay in the vehicle.
Exactly.
Obviously you have to stay in the vehicle. It's your car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The law is simple, man, brother. Rules are simple everywhere.
But nobody likes following rules, though.
That's the problem. That's why there are people that needs to be there to enforce the rules. No one wants to. People wants to drink and drive home. People have been preaching about it for years. Don't drink and then drive. People are still dying, but they're still doing it. So there are people that needs to enforce those rules. You can never be anyone's friend if you're enforcing the rules.
No, I don't have a problem with that rule.
That's why boys always loved their mothers. You know, mothers are most easy. They don't mind. The father's always enforcing the rules straight. Come here, be at home at 8, be here at 10.
I don't know.
Then you end up not being a big fan of your father.
That's debatable. Like sometimes it's the mom that does it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Very, very few times. So. But the rules, my brother, if you just teach yourself to follow the rules, you have life under control. Just do what you must do. Imagine if it was like chaotic, everyone is just doing whatever they want. It would have been very difficult for everyone.
No, I get that. We need order.
You once said you're not a fan most of the time. Didn't you have any bad experiences?
Personally, like not anything crazy like police brutality or anything like that. It's like, let's say, for example, I know many cases where people's houses have got broken in, they phone the police don't show up. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes,
they just don't show up.
Again, look, there let's say per station, there are like 6 cops on duty or 7 on duty. I'm talking about SAPS now. So they are attending other cases where there's maybe murder involved. They are already there. They can't be there and be that side at the same time. Bear in mind, if your house is broken into already, they're still not going to get that person like right now. They're going to come here, take a statement, tell them my TV was here, they broke that window, they take it to the police station. A detective comes out. It's a process.
Okay.
Do you get me?
Okay.
So
you prioritize. But what I'm saying is that they don't show up at all. I'm not talking about within an hour or within a day. They just don't.
Probably that day, bruh, there's a lot of things that's happening that they need to attend to.
And they just forget about the whole situation.
They don't forget. You just keep on calling. Or let's say they break into your house, you can easily go to the police station and report the case, and the detective follows up.
Okay.
In terms of what you say. But let's say if someone passes on someone is shot, obviously that's life-threatening situation. If maybe they were attending a situation where it's not life-threatening, they will leave it.
Okay.
They will come to this one because this one has to do with life. But now, police, SAPS, they always, very few, 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles at a time. So the minute they are there, they be called to this side, to that side.
Yeah.
Imagine SAPS probably, or let's say wherever. It's a weekend. Everything is happening at the same time. And probably there are only 2 vehicles. One is already there, one is already that side. So they can't, there's nothing they can.
So you're saying you guys are understaffed?
Most of the time.
And not enough resources.
Most of the time. And there's nothing other people can do. So police will always come out. They will always come out when it's a life-threatening, of course, but they will prioritize. They will see which one is which.
Let's say somebody just got stabbed, robbed, stabbed.
The first thing you must call when that happens, call the ambulance.
No. Hold on a second. I'm not done with the scenario yet. Yeah, make it robbed and stabbed. You guys just happen to drive by.
Yes.
You guys try to wave you down. And in this situation, you guys stop. What do you guys do? Do you guys go and see if you can find this guy?
If someone is
this crime,
the first thing you do whenever, try to save someone's life.
Okay.
That's the first thing you must always do. That's the first thing that people must always do.
Okay.
When someone's life is in danger.
Yes.
Don't worry about the person that did it being caught or whatever. Firstly, phone the ambulance. That's the first thing you do. Okay, now in this case, we arrive there. First thing we do is calling the ambulance. Make sure that this person leaves for now. Do Do you get me? When that person is in the ambulance, off to the hospital, and then you can do other things. Obviously, the person ran already. You can even go to that person's house. You won't find them because obviously they need to flee. So the first thing you do, you save person's life. That's what you do. Even if we get into such altercations, so it happens that one gets hurt, the first thing I must do is call an ambulance. Try to save the person's life.
Okay.
Because that's what we do.
Okay. So I understand that now.
Yes.
Okay. There's another situation where somebody I know was involved. They got stuck on the side of the road in a dangerous area.
Yes.
Very notorious part of the world where shit can get crazy if they see you vulnerable. And you obviously a tourist in that region. And they need help, and they try to flag the officer down, and they just drove right by.
Yeah, I wouldn't like answer for whoever that was, but most of the time, one is like already off duty. One has no weapon whatsoever. That's one case in terms of the place being notorious and whatnot. So the person is already off duty sometimes, like off duty as in like tools down. But even so, you still need to go and attend, because the only time you're off duty is when you enter your gates. But you do, if you know what I mean. But sometimes you're passing, but you don't work in that area.
Out of your jurisdiction type of thing.
Yeah, meaning that you're passing from your area to another area for whatever reason.
Okay.
So whatever that's happening in that area does not like really.
So you
really involve you. No, I'm talking about other people.
Okay.
That's how they see it.
Okay.
But in my case, definitely in my case.
No, I wasn't saying you specifically.
No. I'm just saying I'm saying maybe your guy, the one that passed, had that mindset that, oh look, I'm off duty, or look, this is not my area. Do you get me?
Okay.
So probably he experienced that shame. So nothing happened to him.
Luckily, no.
You try to flag people.
Yeah.
When you flag someone, you get out of the vehicle.
Obviously, they're out of the vehicle. They were standing on the road.
You flag. Make sure that they see you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They weren't like in the vehicle, because obviously you're gonna see shit in the vehicle.
Yeah, like maybe.
Yeah, like yo, like hey.
Yeah. It is tough, my brother. It is tough, you know. But it's just that if people would like work together, hand in hand with the law. You chase someone that maybe stole someone's phone. You ask, where's this guy?
Yeah.
They don't know. They say, right, can't the guy went left.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So,
I get that.
So some of the people tend to be negative almost about in terms of assisting people. People got to a point where they undermine you, like I work at App Store, I'm like getting like 50K per month. Who's this guy? So some people that rubs them off the wrong way. So they develop attitude and stuff. I'm just always willing to help people. I don't mind who you are. I just help you. If you don't have gas money, I ever give it to you. Go phone someone if I have airtime. You need to phone someone. But the good thing about everything, if you're stuck, someone needs to stand there up until you get assistance. That's how it is. It's how it's supposed to be. You know, because we keep the flies away.
I guess the police presence definitely makes a difference.
It makes sense. It makes differences. No one check it. Especially
wants like on the highway. Yes, I do see you guys assisting if there's a breakdown of a vehicle.
Yes, definitely.
I do see that. I'm not saying that every situation that I'm hearing about, you guys are just driving by. I'm just speaking about that one situation.
Yeah.
But I do see on the highway.
Assisting on the highways.
Yeah, especially like when if it was late at night or it was early hours of the morning.
And people shouldn't be stopping on the highways to make phone calls, you know.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, so I'm saying some people, they just stop there, make a phone call and stop there and have a chitty-chatty. Do you get me? The highways now, they becoming like very, hotspots, red zones. all around. Don't stop on the highway because these kids, they are there, they're waiting. They know every day one vehicle is gonna break down.
Oh yeah.
So people must just keep on moving, you know.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it is what it is, you know. This life is just becoming more difficult, my brother.
I guess it is. Do you guys go for weapon training? Do you guys like brush up on your skills?
Yes,
Do you guys go for target practice regularly?
Now and then you have to go in and brush up your skills. Now and then you have to go and brush up your skills, you know, because at the end of the day, the weapons they take lives, so you can't give back life. So you need to stay sharp.
Yeah.
You need to know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing that you can't be fiddling around with. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
It is.
Being a police officer, something I can't do. That's why I say, like, I respect what you guys do.
Yeah.
And we do need people like you guys out there in these streets, because otherwise it's fucking chaos.
It is.
I don't see. Okay, I can't say that, but it's like it's almost like when you need the cops, it's like you don't see that presence. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't need them, they're fucking everywhere. You know what I mean?
Look, like, you see the problem is that driving marked vehicles, wearing uniform. If a person, let's say you are walking to a center or shopping mall, they see a vehicle coming, marked vehicle. Obviously, they're gonna let it pass first, and then grab you. That's how difficult it is. So they also they do their homeworks as well. They study the things they see, because they don't wanna be arrested. They wanna take what you have and leave. Do you get me? So pretty much you just need to stay careful as a person. You must just know your area is not friendly. Walk at the certain times, do things at the certain times. Do you get me? Because at the end of the day, even if the law can be how strict, it does not get into one's mind. If other kids, they're broken, they have nothing to lose. Yeah, so they're just going for it, whatever that day is. But the law will be there when you need it, if it's there at that particular time. There are many cases where you're there at the right time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, you mentioned something earlier about, I don't know, you talked about the most common situations you deal with, and then you mentioned the housing officers, but you also mentioned rape as well. Like, do you experience that a lot as well?
Yeah, cases where the Bundu code, they call it Bundu code. I've come across
Bundu.
Yeah, it's actually Bundu code.
Bundu code.
Yeah, like when they catch someone that did something and then start beating.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I once came across that as well. You know, they like beating up someone that raped. But you still have to protect that person at that particular time.
Really, even though it's
because if a person commits crime, that person must be brought in front of the law. Yeah, everything. It ends there. Arrest someone, police station, and it ends there. So because if you take someone's life, you can't give it back. Bear in mind, everyone needs to correct.
How do you interact with somebody who's just been through that, like being raped?
Yo, bro, that's a difficult one. I had few buddies that have gone through rape. It's tough for them, especially if they have not healed, because they break down quickly. Whatever you say, it just connects with whatever happened. So you have to like tread carefully in between everything. Conversation, you must actually plan it thoroughly. Whatever you say, you must mind it, because they're fragile. They're like some of them hate men. Some of them hate men, but they don't want to hate men at the same time.
No. What I'm saying is, speaking more in the sense of you coming to a crime scene.
And
experiencing this person sitting there in tears. Or how do you interact with that person?
Yeah, obviously, if a person was being raped, obviously, Chige, what happens when you come to such cases, you interview a person, obviously, but in that state, you can't really, you just need to show support, and obviously, you ask permission if you can interview, or can she talk? If she can't, you ask if you can, let's say now book for counseling or whatever, or you wait up until the person, because the person has to come to police station, open up a case, obviously. But now a person needs to be ready to write a statement or say what happened. But now you need to wait up until the mindset is ready to do so. Okay. Because the minute maybe you talk about it now, it just happens over and over. So you give person the time to cool down and make sure that the person is able to talk about what happened.
How long after the incident, any incident now that happened, do I have to make a case or lodge a case or?
Yeah, I guess it's 24 hours.
24 hours. Yes. After 24 hours, you can't lodge that case anymore.
Because now probably you forgot what happened. Probably you forgot what happened.
No. What if I've, like, in the case of somebody being raped, and in that situation you're like, fuck, I don't want to go because I'm gonna feel embarrassed. People are gonna know, and so now I don't go with 24 hours to the police station to make a case.
Rape is treated differently. With rape, you can go even after a couple of years if you have seen the cases where people come later.
Yes.
They still take that into consideration. I think, especially if the investigation is corresponding, and then that's about it. But as for other cases, 24 hours, and you need to be reporting your stuff at the police station.
All right.
And then that's about it.
So so you mentioned earlier you had things to teach us as well. Like, do you have anything specific you want to tell these streets?
Yeah, look, firstly, it's just respecting each other's spaces, each other's differences, because we're different people. Do you understand? I will just make an example. One loves dogs and one doesn't. So one loves loud music, one doesn't. You know, those minor community issues that makes a lot of unrest. Just respect the one that doesn't like what you like. Turn it down. The one doesn't like dogs. Keep your dogs in your yard. Don't go there and walk around with the dogs and then make people scared and whatsoever. And just a pure understanding of the law itself. Law is not there to torture people. Law is not there to make people feel uncomfortable. But law is just there to create spaces between people. Don't cross there, don't cross there, don't do this, don't do that. Do you get me? If you check what the city has done, city has brought so many officers everywhere, like it's like flocking the whole Cape Town. It makes people's lives easy because you pass here, you see a vehicle, a official vehicle. You turn around the corner, you see an official vehicle. I can safely say that the crime itself will always looking at it that way, but partly and in some other places it has dropped a little bit because no one can grab a phone and run freely. You grab a phone, people are here already. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So we just need to learn to obey the rules and do what you must do. Because at the end of the day, if you practice conditioning your head to do the right thing, you will always be right. You will live longer. Do you get me? Because you're careful and you respect other people. You will never get into a situation where you just see yourself being in that situation already because you didn't think. Because the mindset is guiding you, is there for you to utilize. It controls the body. Where it says go, but teach not to go to places where you're not supposed to be going. Now that's all people need to know. And weapons, the firearms, the knives, they take people's lives. When you take someone's life, you can't give it back. So don't even attempt to do so. It's fun for you probably because you want your peers to see that you just took him out. But the family needs him. Maybe probably that's a breadwinner. Probably that person was about to get his chance, his break of a lifetime. There you come, you shoot the person for no reason. Own things most of the times. Yeah, if people can just learn to live together and see the law as just guidelines. The law is don't torture people. Just see these guidelines. Okay, I'm drunk now. Let me not drink. Take an Uber. Take an Uber home. Phone a friend. Come pick me up. Tell these ones you came to party to take you home. Or they must just make you a bed to sleep. Wake up at 6 a.m. Go home. Take a shower. Go to work if you are working. You don't have to go sleep at home because you might not make it. Do you get me? Just use alternatives. There's always another option. Do you get me? Sleep there. Even if you're sleeping at the dining room, with the lounge, couch, sleep there, you're drunk. You make it at home. So people must just learn those things. If I had the abilities to teach everyone, I would just, because it's simple stuff, my brother. Like, very simple, very effective. You just teach yourself that, okay, this guy is not drinking. Let me take him with. Let's go to a party. You're going to drink. Take him with. He's not a drinker. You know what I mean? But we want to look cool, as you say. The last time we checked,
to look too cool.
You are looking too cool. And you gone.
It's dangerous, bro.
Yes, it is, bro. It is. It's so sad that you see people every day being injured, people passed on, and people. Okay, lastly, we're wrapping this up. Yes, I witnessed something terrible, but it was senior citizens. There were two of them. Obviously, it's a wife, grandfather, and grandmother. They were turning in Blackheath. Do you know where the train that hit a minibus with school kids a couple of years ago?
Oh yeah, I know that.
That turn off there.
Yes.
So I was the first one to be there.
Oh wow.
So they were driving I-10. White I-10. They turned in very slowly. The truck came. I've witnessed that from a distance, of course, but the truck had the right of way. So they turned in slowly. The truck hit them. The grandmother died on the spot.
Whoa.
And they came for the old man helicopter.
Shit.
Yeah, that again. Even if you have a right of way, if you see this person made a mistake, give him a chance. Don't knock the person because it's your right of way. For instance, that truck saw them from a mile away that they may be making a mistake. It's an old man. It's an old lady.
So it was avoidable.
He could have avoided it, but he claimed his right of way. He knocked them. We can still share the road. Check it on the road. Obviously, there are rules as well. Many rules. Sometimes. Let's say you're driving, you have robots here, you have robots there. You're checking those robots, and then you go and yours are still red. Give this person a chance. Don't knock this person. Share, respect each other, keep each other safe. That's all I'm gonna say, my brother.
Well, listen, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming over here and being brave enough for these streets, explaining the situation, explaining to us.
Yes.
Thank you. Any information where people can check up on their rights or the rules of the rules and regulations, the law, to report crime? Is there anything that people...
Yeah, obviously now when you want to learn anything about the law, there's Google. It's so easy. You just...
No, but like a website for...
Yeah, no, for learning the laws. Check the sub-councillors. You can go to your local councillors and then you go to them, you have a seat, and then talk to them. And at the very same time, they now have the little power over job opportunities. They know what's going to happen 3 months from now. So if you go there and then try to make yourself familiar with visiting them, ask them information about this and that, life will obviously be easy for whoever that's curious, if one wants to change his life, of course. You know what I mean? Because most of the time now, the sub-councillors is them that they send the information to regarding employment and new constitutional whatever's. They have the information because if some of the people wants to apply for the jobs, police, law enforcement, whatever, they have the relevant information as well. I'm talking about a person that's not able to connect to the internet and whatsoever. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, my brother. I appreciate this conversation that we had.
Anytime.
And I don't know. Do you want people to find you in the social media streets?
No.
Okay.
Don't find me. I will find you. I'll find them.
All right. So thank you. I appreciate this. Yeah, it took a lot of red tape to get this done, but we got it done, and I appreciate it. I'm sure, and I hope a lot of people will learn from this conversation and take some of this and apply it to their daily lives in the streets. And so thank you, man.
Anytime, my brother.
Thank you.
Anytime. I'm here. I'm for the streets.
What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out? What you doing out? What you doing out in these streets? What you doing out in these streets, slave rule? We in these streets.